Hey there, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to your Love General Messages. It's a general reading, so the rules might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for personal reading with me, okay? So in this reading, Scorpio, it's going to be a you versus them format. I'm going to be pulling card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today and what their current energy is like. Your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? Some of you might be dealing with a Cancer here because that's the thing that I'm getting strongly at this present moment. But what you need to understand here, Scorpio, is that you are the person in which we're going to be talking about today is the person who thinks that if they were to be given so much towards this connection is going to be a connection that is going to be very happy for them. Why am I saying that? It's because they're starting to see that you are their wish fulfillment. Your ability to make them feel is making them very tremendously happy. Is your ability, okay? Something that you give them. So it could be the way that you love. It could be your love languages, your active services, your words of affirmation, your physical touch, whatever that may be. It made them feel their happiest self and they like it and they crave it and they love it. Okay, now let's see the past. The past, you have the Ace of Swords and that proposition, and you also have the Five of Wands. From this person's side, they have the Seven of Cups and also the Ten of Swords. I feel that in the past, you had an illumination or you had an epiphany of some sorts about things that is not working out. And you're not really, and you are ready and you are really, really brave in breaking or disrupting something that you think is not built on a stable foundation. Okay, you're no longer afraid. You're no longer, embarrassed to do so, but you don't care because you feel that, things are not really right. And I think I know exactly what is not right and I'm going to be addressing it. It doesn't matter if I'm losing something in the process. Okay. Now in the past, they have the Seven of Cups and also the Ten of Swords. Your past person felt that when you have that idea that disrupts, the stability of the connection in their mind, they felt that, okay, what is going on? What is happening? Why is Scorpio behaving this way? You are a mystery to them that they're trying to figure out. And I feel that because your energy in the past was very, very I'm going to disrupt it. If it's not working, if it's not stable, if it's not something that is morally right in my end, I am going to disrupt it. I don't care anymore. I am going to do it. If I know something is wrong, I am going to say it. So this could actually be about your workplace as well. Or again, this could be about your romantic relationship, but you did it in the past. Okay, you did that. You revolted, you rebelled, I would say. You're trying to bring about some sort of revolution in terms of this connection or your romantic department in general. And one person got hurt, they got hurt tremendously, especially with the Ten of Swords in here. Okay. And one of the reasons why it was hurtful for them because they did not truly see that coming. And they don't really comprehend why is it that you're doing the way that you did in the past. Now, in the present moment, you have the Judgment and you also have the Two of Pentacles in that proposition. I feel that at this present moment, the universe and your spirit guide here is really guiding you, enforcing your boundaries, understanding what are your boundaries, understanding what are your red flags, the lines that people cannot cross. And by you learning about those stuff, you're trying to grapple with it. Yeah. You're trying to figure out, okay, is it really something that I can tolerate or is it not? You're starting to understand that unconditional love doesn't necessarily mean unconditional tolerance. Okay. There is a learning curve. There is a learning process here that you guys are doing in terms of, again, your boundaries and also the practical aspect of the connection as well. So I feel that there's going to be a lot of lessons from you this week and next week about you not really having to follow your emotional drive or your emotional attachment towards somebody or your emotional desire towards somebody, but instead looking at it from a very practical and value-based standpoint. Now, in this person's current energy, you have the High Priestess and you also have the Hierophant. I feel that at this present moment, you are attracting a lot of people who would like to have a relationship with you. Your past person, and there's a new person here that I'm saying as well. It could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Taurus, or a Capricorn, or an Aquarius. Okay, but what I'm seeing here is that there is somebody in your midst at this present moment who feels that they're tremendously connected with you. And if they were to be together with you, it means that they're leveling up in some ways. It's a spiritual connection that they could not really explain. Okay. Whew. Now, in the future, you have the Hanged Man and you also have the Ace of Wands in reverse. You're no longer as impulsive. You're no longer as, in Indonesia, we would call it like grasak rusuk, which means that, okay, I feel this way, I'm going to do it this type of way. Now, I don't feel that you guys are going to be doing some things like that. I feel that you're starting to realize that, your present moment is the result of the decisions and the choices that you made in the past. Therefore, should you have an idea to act on something, you're going to wait it out and you're going to see from another perspective whether or not it's feasible, whether or not it's safe enough for you, whether or not it's going to benefit you at some point. Now, in the future, this person has the Two of Swords and also the Nine of Pentacles in upright position. I feel that in the future, this person, because you going to leave them a bit hanging, this person is then going to be focusing a little bit on their independence and also on their finances and their financial stability. So let's get into your reading, Scorpio, and let's start clarifying them. So I want to clarify this High Priestess in upright position first. You might be dealing with somebody with the letter M, N, C, A. I don't know why it's getting really, really strong. But anyway, let's clarify the High Priestess. Three of Swords, the Two of Cups, and also the Ten of Cups. Through pain, they're starting to realize their love for you. So I don't know what's going on in the past, because what I'm pulling is just the recent past. But there might be a high possibility that this person actually was taking you a bit for granted and they need to get a bit whipped or a reality check in order for them to realize that, you're that special person. You are that special someone in their life. And I feel that that's exactly what is influencing their current energy at this present moment. Through pain, they're starting to realize the love that they have for you. Through pain, they're starting to realize that you offer them an unconditional love that has the ability to actually make them feel very good about themselves. Through pain, they're starting to realize that your love was generous to a point that it lifted them up. It kind of like fixed their self-esteem too. It made them feel able to conquer the world. It made them feel more confident about themselves and etc. Okay? So through pain, they're starting to realize that. And through pain as well, they're starting to realize their love for you and how they would like to build on this collective happiness with you. So you view yourself as somebody who understands things better than they do. You feel that you are somebody who knows how to compromise, how to collaborate, how to work on a relationship better than they do. And I feel that you guys are going to be communicating it to them, whether explicitly or implicitly, and they're going to get that message, okay? Now, Scorpio, I feel that at this present moment, you're putting like a lot of respect to your name, because should you want to collaborate or should you want to compromise within this connection, they need to be doing it in your own term, because you know that your term is better than theirs. I want to talk about something here, Scorpio. Although this is a love reading, but this message stood out, is that I feel that there is, why do you shy away from victory? Why do you shy away from good reputations or good fame or winning? a lot of that has a lot to do with you having to make sure that you're not going to be attacked in the process. But the more that you fear of attack, the more that you're going to be delaying the success that is coming towards you. Here's the thing. You have this. This is what the universe is trying to grant you. Yeah. This is a spirit guide screaming, take it, Scorpio. Okay. So there is a situations in your life where you've been given like a lot of intuitive download by the universe about the things that you should be doing in order for you to be victorious in areas of your life. So it could be about your business, it could be about career, it could be about your study, whatever that may be. However, there's a bit of a fear of people attacking you. There's a strong messages about like you don't have to play it safe this time. You don't have to, because that's how Scorpio do things. And I understand that because I have Mars and Scorpio, right? Like this is the object that we would like to go to. My Scorpio Mars would make me circle it before I attacked. Mars and Aries would usually just attack it. But my Mars and Scorpio would usually circle it before I do something. I have a Scorpio dad and he does the same thing as well, although his Mars is not in Scorpio. So there is a high emphasis from the universe of like, you don't need to circle. Sometimes a momentum cannot happen twice. Take that, grab that, without you fearing that there's going to be an attack, without you fearing there's going to be a hater, without you fearing if there's going to be any type of legal repercussions that you might be facing. I mean, it's safe for you to do that, but don't overthink it. Don't procrastinate in achieving that just because you were fearing something. Okay. So yeah, a little bit something that is deviating from the love reading, but yeah, that's something that stood out in this reading for you. Now, go back to your love and romantic partnership. I feel that at this present moment, you guys are wanting to just receive some sort of victory for you. And although this person might come out and says that, look, Scorpio, you're a bit selfish and etc., you don't want to hear it because you know that that's just a white noise for you. Now, from this person's side, the Hierophant clarify about the Five of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and also the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. The harder you make this person trying to reach you, the more competitive they become, the more they're starting to want you because they feel that your energy in their life is going to be providing some sort of expansion in their life as well. If this person had been evaluating you for a very long time, I feel that this person in this present moment is going to start realizing that, you know what, actually Scorpio deserves it. Okay. Give me a second. I think someone is knocking on my door. Okay, guys, I'm back. So let's start clarifying the Two of Swords in the future. Okay, because I feel that in this present moment, although you acquire some sort of changes from them, and they might show up with some changes here and there, but it's just not enough because you feel that dealing with them is such a distraction over what you would like to achieve in your life, and you cannot afford that type of distraction at this present moment. So because I feel that you're trying to put your foot down here and then you're really trying to communicate the positive things that you truly want to be having in your life at this present moment. And it just excites you at some point. So what this person is going to end up doing in the future is that it's not that they're not caring, but it's more about them. Okay, they're not really going to be deciding whether or not they want this or not want this, because I feel that in their mind, they're still very much optimistic in the future about the fact that both of you are eventually going to be together. Therefore, they're just going to wait it out. Or maybe it's just an episode for Scorpio being this way. Eventually, I feel that Scorpio is going to change. As I'm waiting for Scorpio to change, or as I'm waiting for Scorpio to warm up to me or to be nicer to me or to welcome me back into their life, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be taking control over my life, and I'm going to be focusing a lot more on my money or on my finances as well. Let's go for the Nine of Pentacles. I feel that for the majority of you, you're not going to end up being with them because, and I understand that it's because like you guys are fixed sign, right? Like once you started to make a decisions about something and when you set your mind onto something, you're like, there's no changing whatsoever. Tables have turned in the future eventually. I mean, even now it has changed also, but I feel that they're going to be hearing about your successes. They're going to be hearing about how you in the future are going to self-actualize and going to live a life that is very purposeful for you. And although that intimidates them because it makes them feel a bit inferior to you, but they just love hearing about it. I feel that this person is just going to be constantly watching you, stalking you, observing you, and etc. And you know that about them. Because I don't know what it is though, but I feel that you guys are kind of like connected on some deeper level to a point where when they're thinking about you heavily, you kind of have a sense of it or you kind of have the ability to feel it. But in the future, I feel that the majority of you is not really keen on repeating the same cycle with this person because I feel that what you guys are going to be busy building is your finances, and as some of you are actually going to be in another relationship with another person that is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aquarius, or Libra, or Gemini. But anyway, how do you know this is the person that I'm talking about? That person is going to have a lot of money. It's going to be very financially stable. But when it comes to this person, I feel that you're just going to keep them waiting and they're going to keep on waiting for you, Scorpio. All right. So now let's pull some advice card for you here. So, what's your advice here at this present moment, Scorpio? Is that there's something here about your life that you need to start restructuring. I feel that whatever happened in your life has kind of like hindered the ability of you to be connected to your feminine energy, regardless of your gender. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a male or you're female, but you have the inability to get in touch with your feminine energy to a point that you are starting to doubt your ability to manifest good things in your life. And I feel that in order for you to restructure that is that you need to take a rest. I know, right? It's so counterproductive because you want to be successful. How can you take a rest? No, you need to take a rest. Whatever it is, the things that stresses you out, how about you taking a day off and just take a rest? The thing that you don't understand about how our body works and how trauma affected our body is that our body keeps a score. And every time we get into a traumatic experience or traumatic situation, it makes us very hypervigilant. All of our nervous systems are super duper anxious and always super duper stressful. Get yourself out of that traumatic experience. Get yourself out of the stressful situation and try to rest. Once we get out, one of the process of healing is to rest. Why? It's because it allows our nerve system, our body to just relax for a little bit. And I feel that that's what you need to be doing. If you want to achieve something, if you want to be manifesting something, you are going to hinder your manifestations by actually chasing after it. The first thing that you need to do is to rest. You need to let that body relax. You need to let all of your nerve system relax. Maybe get a bit of a massages and some therapeutic points in your body. But you need that tremendously in order for you to restructure the way that you manifest, in order for you to be able to get in touch with your feminine side again. Okay? So I feel that is it for my reading for you here, Scorpio. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys been looking for. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right, bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.